Welcome to another episode of Game Time, presented by Dream Style Remodeling. This week we are at Sandia High School, home of the Matadors, and head coach Chris Eaton. Thanks for joining us this week.
JP, honored to be here. Thank you.
The state tournament bracket is out. Sandia is the number 2 seed. What were your thoughts when you saw the number 2 seed, and what does it mean to the program to get that high of a ranking?
Yeah, we're thrilled. It's the highest one we've had in a long time, and we kind of thought that's where we'd be as district champions, and following the different rankings and kind of seeing where people would fall based on those district titles, and just a testament to the kids in our program and buying in, and just got great kids, great students first, and then this has been a process. It's been a 5-year process, and in year 5 we're checked off a lot of boxes, and there's one that's left, so that's what we're going after.
You'll meet up with Mayfield in the first round. What do you know about the Trojans?
A little bit. We used to play them last couple of years. We didn't see them this year, but we would do home and away double headers, so got a sense of their style and what we're going to see on the mound, and I think we'll have a good idea and a good scouting report going into Friday, and I think we're feeling confident.
In baseball, the first round matchups are a best of 3. What are your thoughts as a coach? Do you like that format?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, anytime we can play more games, that's what I want to see, and especially to have 2 more games at home, that's huge. And we love playing here. It's an incredible field, John D. Gunther Field, and so to have 2 extra games and earn that right, I think to have our fans see that is what this community is all about.
You mentioned the field. It's gorgeous. Turf, first full season you've played with this new field. Have you worn it in? Are you used to it now?
Oh yeah. No, we have, I'm calling Coach Kuhn and the other people that have some turf, and Schallenberger, and it takes a lot of maintenance we just got some black rubber turf in, and but the kids love it. I mean, there shouldn't be any excuses, right, JP, with bad hops and things like that. So, but it's a great field to be on, and we play well on it too. So it's always nice to have home games.
I'd say you played pretty well for the first time in 40 years since 1980-81. Sandia won back-to-back district titles. What does it mean to the program to accomplish a feat like that?
It's historical. I mean, none of us were alive the last time that happened, and then to do it in a district where the defending state champions is in it with you, with La Cueva. So in the Farmington and Piedra Vista, there's such great teams. I think it's the best district in our state. So to be the champions, it's just an honor. We're humble. There's great coaches and teams in it, and we feel like that's why we've earned that top seed. We feel like we are the best, and now it's about time to prove it.
What kind of year has this been for you? You've accomplished so much, like you said, checked off a lot of boxes. How would you summarize this season?
Yeah, no, I've tried to do a lot of reflecting, because there's so much more than just what we're doing. A lot of it's Coach Gunther and everything that happened leading up to coming here, and the staff that we have, and then just the kids that have gained experience, learned how to win, learned how to fail, most importantly, because that's what we were doing earlier in the year, and how to overcome that, make adjustments, and then you're going to be right back in that same moment again. And then we have been, and then now we're starting to actually succeed and do well, and then that confidence and what that does for experience, just not just this year, but the team that we have coming back next year.
Carlsbad received the number 1 seed at one end of the bracket. You're the number 2 at the other one. How do you size up all the other matchups in between?
Yeah, Carlsbad's great. I mean, I thought they were number 1. I got to watch some of those games against Hobbs, and they have arguably the best 2 pitchers in the state, and so I would think they get to the championship Saturday. I don't think anybody's doubting that our side of the bracket's the toughest, but you got to earn it. I mean, we're going to have to go through the top 2 teams aside from us to get to Saturday anyway. So I think it's exciting. I mean, gosh, that's what we play for. I mean, 11 and a half months go into these 2 weeks, and so we want to play the best, and those should be some great first-round matchups.
Sandia hasn't reached the final since 2012, 2013 when they went back-to-back, but as you know, haven't won it all since 1980. What's it going to take for the Matadors to lift that blue trophy at the end of the season?
It's going to take us scoring runs against good pitching when either we're seeing good pitching or hits just aren't falling. Got to find a way to still get bunts down, steal, ball in dirt, manufacture runs, because with our pitching, we're going to keep the score low. So I think you're going to have at least one of those really close games, and that's where 3-4 runs might be enough, because I like our arms, and we're just as good as we were last year on the mound. Combo that with the great defense, and so that's kind of been our formula.
Well, congratulations on a great season so far,
yeah,
and good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, JP. Thanks for having us.
We'll be back with more Game Time after this. The New Mexico Activities Association is excited to announce the NMAA 24/7 mobile app. Whether you're a student, coach, parent, or player, you can have the power of the NMAA right in the palm of your hand. Find scores and schedules, follow your favorite teams, receive special offers from NMAA sponsors, get state championship information, highlights, features, and much more. Download the free NMAA 24/7 mobile app in the App Store or Google Play. Get it now. Are you living the life of an athlete? The New Mexico Activities Association brings you Life of an Athlete, a resource for students, educators, and parents to understand the challenges students face. Athletes, did you know one night of drinking will negatively affect your athletic performance for 2 weeks? Or that athletes who drink and do drugs are twice as likely to get injured? Alcohol's effects can reduce a high school athlete's potential by as much as 20 to 30%. Are you living the life of an athlete? Log on to lifeofanathlete.com to find out today. Do you love sports? Do you want a front row seat for exciting high school sports action in New Mexico? If the answer is yes to either of those questions, then becoming an interscholastic sports official may be right for you. The New Mexico Officials Association is looking for individuals age 15 years or older to serve as officials in 10 different sports. No experience is necessary and training is provided. If you're interested, call 505-923-3110. That's 505-923-3110. Or go to the website nmact.org and click on the Officials tab.
Hey, I'm Joe Figueroa Brito from Sandia. Welcome back to Game Time.
Welcome back to Game Time from Sandia High School. The baseball and softball postseasons are about to get underway. Here's a breakdown of the brackets and a closer look at some of the matchups. Let's start with softball in Class 4A. Artesia earned the number 1 seed. Artesia is the defending state champ. In fact, they've won the last 3 state titles handed out and played in the final every year of the tournament since 2017. They returned 9 players from last year's team, including the top pitcher in the state, Riley Crandall. She's last year's Gatorade New Mexico Softball Player of the Year, who committed to Baylor and leads the state in strikeouts. She also has a pair of no-hitters this year. Artesia will take on Kirtland Central in the opener. The winner will face either Los Alamos or Valley. Moving down the bracket, Silver is the 3 seed and will take on Bloomfield. Silver is young with only 3 seniors and 1 junior. In fact, they have 3 8th graders starting for them this year. Silver's Larissa Retta knocked out 14 homers this year and has more than 50 RBIs, and she's only a sophomore.
For us, it's a 4-team shootout right now. And it's no disrespect to anybody else. I'm just looking at the top of it, and the usual suspects will be there, probably.
And how do you like your chances being one of the usual suspects?
Yeah, I like it a lot. I really do. I think that, like I was saying before, the confidence, I don't think we're the same team that people saw at the beginning of the year. And so I just hope that this team that we're playing right now is the one that shows up when it matters the most.
St. Pius is a 6 seed and will face Portales. Micah Torres is a soccer player who can cover the entire outfield for the Sartans. Desiree Chavez is their pitcher, Jocelyn Chavez is their catcher, and Ashley Chavez is their first baseman. Yes, they're related. Ashley and Jocelyn are sisters, and Desiree is their cousin. St. Pius has never won a state softball title, and they really haven't made a deep run at state since 2007.
I think it was the PV game at our own tournament, which kind of opened things up to where they're like, we can definitely compete. We can definitely compete with big schools, talented girls, because they have about the same amount of talent.
In Class 5A, Carlsbad earned the top spot. The Cave Girls were near perfect this year, suffering their first loss of the year on Friday to Hobbs. Carlsbad's 25-1 on the season. They're also last year's state runner-up. They have 2 junior star pitchers in Faith Aragon and Haven Schoolcraft. They will open up against Sandia. Cleveland is the defending state champ, but they lost a good core of that team. This year's squad only has 1 senior.
We had some growing pains early on, and the girls have come together. We talk about weathering storms, weathering those bad innings, and that's what it's going to take, not getting flustered and not letting, something, shake up our confidence or throw us off, off our game. Things like that are going to happen, and we just want to keep playing as hard as we possibly can. And if we do what we're supposed to, good things are going to happen. And that's kind of our message, just keep doing what we do, hit the ball, play defense, pitchers, hit your spots, and we'll always have a chance. And that's kind of been our philosophy since we got here. And for the most part, we've always been, right there, ready to, make a push. But these girls, have a taste of what it takes to win a state title and playing at UNM. So, they understand that, and it's been fun.
Now on to baseball, and in Class 2A, the top 4 seeds all earned first-round byes. Eunice is on top of the field. Eunice has a 23-1 record. Their only loss is to Lovington. They are loaded with seniors, 11 seniors on the roster, and of the 9 starters, 8 of them are seniors. Eunice won it all in 2015. They reached the final last year but lost to Texaco. Texaco has taken every state title in their classification since 2016.
The most important thing, especially at our class, is pitching. The pitch counts and the 3-game rules and stuff is as limited. What you can do with your pitching, and the teams with deeper staffs, I think, will be more successful in the long run.
And how do you feel about your pitching staff?
We've come a long way. We've got 3 guys that. Well, actually 4 guys. We have a freshman that's really stepped up here at the end and chewed up some innings for us. It's doing a good job. And I think as a whole, we've got a pretty good group of guys to send out there.
St. Michael's is the number 1 seed in Class 3A. They await the winner of the Santa Fe Indian School West Las Vegas matchup. New Mexico Military Institute has pitcher Luis Patron, who leads the state in strikeouts and recorded a no-hitter this season. These top 4 seeds will go about a week and a half in between games.
We'll just inter-squad. We'll try to stay focused. It's a whole new ball game, and one nice thing is they have the experience. A lot of these individuals went through this run last year, so hopefully that carries over to some poise and confidence and courage going into this postseason.
Defending state champ Albuquerque Academy starts this postseason as the top seed in Class 4A. This year's Academy team is full of seniors who played in last year's title game against St. Pius, where they came from behind to take the title, and they're doing some of that this season too.
These guys, especially this group of seniors, they refuse to lose, basically. Obviously saw it last year in the St. Pius Game of State Championship, right? You have a 2-run lead, you give up 5, down 3, going to the bottom of the 7th, that's a tough pull. Even I was over there that I got trying to think about what I'm going to say, if we lost that game. But those guys refused to lose. And, Farmington, I think we got down 7-0 after 2 innings, fought back and kind of got back in it. And then it was kind of back and forth at the end. But as a coach, that's what you want to see from your team, right? They don't give up. They always think they're still in it. And, if we keep that attitude, I think we'll be in pretty good shape.
The Chargers will host Kirtland Central. The winner gets either Valley or Belen. Belen's Malachi Chavez moved into a starting pitcher's role. Tyler Martinez is having a good year for Belen. The Eagles beat district rival St. Pius recently, which did a lot for the team's confidence.
Pius has pretty much owned our district for the last probably 10 years, and we had some a little bit of luck against them in 2018. But since that time, we really haven't been competitive with them. And so this year, by getting that win last Friday, I did see a little noticeable, like you said, bounce in their step. The practices are a lot more crisp. I think their confidence that they can play with teams like Pius and Academy are there.
In 5A baseball, Carlsbad is number 1. The Cavemen take on El Dorado in the opening round. The strength of Carlsbad is their pitching, with arguably the best pitcher in the state in Nolan Perry. He's a Texas Tech commit who will likely get drafted out of high school. The winner will take on Rio Grande or Farmington. Farmington is coached by Kerry King, who graduated from Farmington in 1989 and lost to Carlsbad in the final in extra innings that year. He says not a lot has changed with Farmington baseball from then to now.
Certain things get emphasized, certain things get focused. Guys want to try to drive the ball. The home run is cool, but we're still playing the same game that I played when the Coach McElmore taught me back in '88 and '89. We play solid defense. We try to pitch well. If we need to push bunt, if we need to drag bunt, we can do that. But then, we'll be patiently aggressive and we'll look for our pitch and put a good swing on it too.
Moving down the bracket, La Cueva is the defending state champ. In fact, the Bears have won 3 of the last 4 blue trophies handed out. Cleveland is the 6th seed and played in the final in 2019.
Yeah, I think we are peaking at the right time, and I think that's it. And we talked about that with them all year. We don't have to peak at the beginning or middle, but by the end, we need to start peaking, during our district season. I do think we are starting to peak at the right time, definitely.
Cleveland is the 6th, and rival Rio Rancho is the 7. The Rams couldn't be seated higher than the Storm because Cleveland won that district.
Like I remind everybody, we've never won the state tournament as a number 1 seed. We always won it as a 2 and a 4 and a 7. So where it comes out don't matter. It just matters that you get there. I think the key is not to make any errors. I mean, most of the time it's not who wins the game, it's who loses it. And so I think the last time we won a state tournament, we had no errors in 3 games. So it's being hot at the right time and playing good defensive baseball and throwing strikes.
Tickets for the first round of the baseball and softball championships will be sold by the host school. On Monday, May 9th, golfers from all over the state will tee it up for the state golf championships. Golfers from Class A through 3A will be at the Canyon Club here in Albuquerque. The 4A golfers will be at the Santa Ana Golf Club, and 5A will be at Twin Warriors Golf Club, both located on the Santa Ana Pueblo. If you haven't seen either one of those courses, here's a brief look.
JP, as you know, over the years, we've hosted a lot of prestigious events at both of our campuses at Twin Warriors and Santa Ana Golf Club, and this rivals all of them, man. When you talk about the state high school championships and our younger athletes from our communities all around us, what a great opportunity to showcase our facilities as well as present an awesome test of golf and exceptional playing surfaces to these student athletes. So we're looking very forward to it.
It's a great honor for not only the golf course, but the Santa Ana Pueblo in general to host both the 5A and 4A state tournaments at Twin Warriors and Santa Ana Golf Club.
A lot of force carries at Twin Warriors, a longer yardage on that scorecard over there for those players, and really a harder test of golf than Santa Ana Golf Club. While the greens remain pretty fair and flat, you have a lot of force carries, a lot of undulation change, and again, all the length over there. You add some wind to that environment over there, and you're gonna have a really, really wonderful championship over there. Santa Ana Golf Club, while shorter in length and less undulation in the fairways and tee to fairways, greens have a lot of undulation and a lot more speed. And so those offer a huge, huge challenge to those golfers once they play here.
It's just such a great layout, and it's just an incredible golf course where you can score really low, but can also be a really good test. I mean, with the 5 sets of different tees we have, it could be a test from any one of those tee boxes for all skill levels. So I think that kind of makes it a really good golf course to host these events for.
Lots of opportunities here at Santa Ana Golf Club, you know. Again, some holes that you want to be careful. The hole 8 Chena is one that, while a par 5 and maybe opportunity to make up some ground, you want to be careful there with that tee shot and maybe just go for par there. But then some of the shorter par 4s here, you know, I think of hole number 2, Tamaya, great opportunity for birdie there, and I could go on and on, but I think the birdie opportunities, eagle opportunities will be more abundant here at Santa Ana Golf Club than the sister property, Twin Warriors.
I think the par 5s are definitely all scoreable for the kids. Hole number 10 is always the hardest hole out here, and it's just a matter of how you play it. You know, you got to take your medicine, I guess you could say, and just try and walk out of there with no worse than a bogey.
The Santa Ana Pueblo, the Santa Ana Tribal Council, Santa Ana Golf Club Board of Directors, to partner up with Nota Begay Realty One, what a great opportunity. You know, what Nota does for the community, what Realty One does for the community, unparalleled for sure. And we feel like we can mirror that, what we do in our community here with the Pueblo and beyond as well.
Getting Nota involved in it has been key. Growing up with Nota around here, and I grew up in this area as well. And for me, it's just an honor to host this event. I played it down in Roswell when I was in high school, and I always thought it'd be cool to host a state championship here. So the golf course is going to be in incredible shape, and it'll be a good test for the kids.
That's going to do it for this episode of Game Time, presented by Dream Style Remodeling. Make sure you tune in next week when we will have a recap of state tennis, state golf, and state track for classes A through 3A. We'll see you next time on Game Time.